going to try and do is we're going to try this Envo. It's the D50. It's not the step through, it's the full frame bike. I'll give you a walk around later. But as we're going to get going on this, we're just going to start cruising along on it. So I'm going to give you a rider's view. Hopefully it'll work like that. Well, it's going to be a little bit ahead, but we'll see how that works. We'll flip this around. Turn on the display. Oh, gotta hold it there for a bit. That's the Envo display. And we're at power 1 right now. We've got, I don't know if you can see the bar here, but the bar is just a little bit like that. So this is what we've got going there. So we'll see how that works. I'll try and give the handlebars, try to get the handlebars in the view here too as well. So we'll start off on that. So I'm just in gear 2 and also power mode 1. We're going to turn that to power mode 3. Let's get it up there. And it comes along pretty good. Works out pretty good there. Not pedaling hard at all. It's at 21 kilometers already. I gotta change the settings so it has a little bit more power. This is set at a stage 2 bike right now. Really pedaling at all. Coming up to a stop sign here. I'm gonna test the brakes so I come down here really fast. Good hold. Just start pedaling, it'll start going right away. That's pretty good. Notice it gets right up to speed real fast. It's at 27 right now. We're at power mode 4. It's going at about 30 kilometers an hour, 31, 32. I know it's around 33, 34. It'll start giving me resistance. And that's because of the safety mechanism on the bike. By law, that has to be put into place. Try and get that up in the air. See if I can hold this. So I'm gonna gear down for this stop sign coming up. Very quiet this bike is, very nice. I'm really enjoying the quietness of this bike, for sure. And going here. I have to gear up pretty quickly on this bike, so it's not that I need is a parkade, and it's a pretty good incline. So we're gonna see how that works. So here's the parkade coming up here. And I'll show you how. Alright, so we're recording here. So, okay. So here I am on the bike. Let's see how it is. This is me on the bike. It's pretty good. So I'm going to hold this up in the air. What we're going to do is we're going to move this around over here. This is what we're going to try and go up. Now this is a pretty big grade. So I'm in like I'm in gear 3 or 4. So basically in gear 3 or 4 here. So we're going to see if we can get up that grade with easy. I'm going to bring up my power up to 5 just so I can use more wattage. And then we're going to see how it is here. You know what? We'll keep it like this so you can see my reaction how I'm riding. I'll be riding this with one hand. Hopefully I don't wipe out. I'll only have rear brake here because I'm right-handed. So we'll just tilt this back over this way here, like so. Hopefully I can do a good job of this. Okay, so let's give it a go. Hardly pedaling at all. I'm in a high gear. So fairly high gear. And I'm coming up here pretty easily. It's hardly struggling. I'm hardly giving it any power whatsoever. This is power assist, no throttle. So we're just trying this out here. Posting up even, it's got enough power to do that. And it's a pretty good incline. So I'm going to give it a ride around here. How this works. Oh, there's a big speed bump. We can get by those, no problem. Again, I'm only doing this with one hand rear brake. We climbed up at about 12 feet in that little short distance, so you know that was a fair incline. So we'll do this again. We'll go up another level. I'm just tapping it now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the power down to 3 because it's giving me a little bit too many thrusts here. So under power 3, I'm pedaling a bit more. It's not much difference. And that's been pretty good. That's easy to get up here. Hardly any effort, but I could see a little bit more effort than 5. 5 was hardly anything. So, and that's a good incline to get as we speak there. So we'll try this again. Get around this corner here. This is barricade off because I guess there's some construction or something. We'll see. So again, this is a little bit higher power. Not too bad. So yeah, pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Not bad at all. Dude, take this tripod. That's quite the incline. You see out there, outside in the outside there. So. Now I'm just going to do a voiceover here. What I like about this bike is that it does handle well with the rear hub motor. And what's good about it is you can switch your gears under power. Where, you know, a hub drive or a mid drive, you cannot. You'd have to. You got to watch that because it's changing gears while it's under power is not recommended. This makes it really easy for intermediate or beginning riders for bikes, or and especially when it's a e-bike. As you can see, this bike goes up and down, up and down. I'm not getting tired at all. And as you've seen before, I did it all one-handed because I was holding the camera. Now this bike currently isn't under full power. It is a stage 2 bike, which is legal in Canada. In order to make it a stage 3, you get all 750 watts, which makes a remarkable difference. However, you do have to sign a waiver with the company, making it so that everything that goes wrong is your responsibility. Makes it not a legal roadworthy bike. You're recommended to ride it only on private property or off-road trails. Well, the gears are pretty decent. I'm going to change the view here a little bit. It was a real windy, cold day too. We'll see how this works. Intermediate or beginner rider, I would suggest not changing the power settings. So it is pretty adequate. But later in this video, I did do this real huge hill called Dufferin Hill. I had to push a little bit with my legs, but normally you would never get up that hill with a bike yourself. Or if you did, you wouldn't be able to do it twice like I did. Not generally. So I'm just going to show you going up and down here and riding it around from the back side. Probably have it in gear 2 here, so it's fairly easy to pedal, but I'm not pushing it too hard. Mostly the motor is taking up most of the torque. Now these bikes I'll be selling. This is the D50. This is with the frame on the top. And I'm also going to be selling the ST50, which is identical, but it's a step through, or kind of like a girl bike. They designed them with a step through before because girls used to wear skirts all the time. They couldn't ride it with a big crossbar. That's the only difference, really. Makes it a little bit easier getting on and off, especially if you're not an avid bike rider. Makes it so that you can get off the seat and not have to worry about falling over. So these bikes come with a 1-year parts warranty. Well, not on wearable parts. But basically all the drivetrain. I'm always going to be there for you to do maintenance. is made in Canada. Well, it's engineered in Canada, made in China. All things are made in China, mostly. Hydroformed aluminum frame. Now this is me going against the wind here. I'm having no problem. It's super windy. Can't switch your gears on this hand though. Oh, wreck it first day, right boat. I take it nice and easy. Windy as hell coming up here. Like this is headwind right now, and I'm just cruising. You know, if you ever rode a bike, it's like headwinds are crazy, right? It's so great. I will hardly try. Total headwind here. Total headwind. So nice. Now, if you want to test drive one of these bikes, I'll be happy to do that for you. 20-kilometer winds right now. Pretty fast. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to be ready to do Dufford Hill. It's going to be a hard one. It should be one of the hardest hills to do in Thunder Bay. Oops, maybe I should take the kickstand down. I got it really in a high gear right now. Hey, here we go. This hill is incredibly steep. Incredible. I'm sure most people walk their bikes up here. There we go. It's not too bad. Get a higher gear. Get my speed up a bit. And get down to a couple. This is where she gets. There's a headwind here too. You can order these bikes through envodrive.com. Yeah, normally I wouldn't be able to do that. However, this bike isn't full power right now. It's only 500 watts of the 750. And the torque isn't set up as high as it can be. Again, you have to sign a waiver in order to release that power.
me selling these bikes as a dealership here in Thunder Bay, I'd be happy to make sure that all your questions are answered. Make sure the bike is tuned up well.
Try it one more time.
And this is a bike you can order parts for if something does go wrong. So I think that they've been in business for about 20 years. They're in BC. EnvoDrive.com. And this is the D50. And the color is mustard. And you can get it in aqua. The step through is cactus and kind of a plum. Again, if you want to test drive this bike, I'd be happy to take you for a ride. Answer many of the questions you may have about electric bikes. It's 48 volt, 750 watt. I think the range is over 100 kilometers if I can recall. All the specs of this bike, the D50, is on EnvoDrive.com. So I did this hill twice, and then I'm going to take it up Gravity Hill. Gravity Hill is another steep hill in Thunder Bay.
That's 2 times. Okay, here we're going to be doing the Gravity Hill, is it called? Gravity Hill. And I guess there's people taking their cars and flew off this hill. So it was quite dangerous in Thunder Bay. They got a speedometer on it. So hopefully I'm going to be able to climb up this hill with the bike. So we're going to just double check on that. I wonder if I had it at 5. That's a good question. I thought it was at 5.
You'll see a speedometer here. Some people got killed taking their cars too quickly up this hill. They flew off the end and crashed. It's tragic. My wife Jillian's the camera person here. No derailleur at the front. Just one gear at the front.
I'll do it again. Is there a car behind me? Hey, so let's do it again.
So it really flattens out the hills. That's a benefit of this bike. And if you have a headwind, you know, that's the most annoying part about riding a bike. You know? So the electric motor allows you to ride your bike comfortably, keep it under control. So if you're a novice or a beginner, you're not gonna be overpowered. It's not gonna be too scary. And you know what? You can take it a higher step up, but a lot of times I would recommend it. I had one customer who's too concerned about the safety with the power as is. But you can adjust the power levels from 1 to 5 to adjust the torque and the speed. You know, biking is a good exercise.
There we go. Don't seem too bad after a ride like that, eh?